Alrighty, folks, we got another new review for you today, and this is going to be the new one from Antioch out of Canada. Antioch VII, Gates of Obliteration. Before I get into that, I'm going to give you a little history lesson on Antioch, because I really dig these guys and I want to spread the word. They formed in 2014, and then they released an EP, self-titled EP, in 2015. No, I'm sorry. They were formed in 2013. They released their self-titled EP in 2014. Then they released a full length in 2015. They had a little single in 2016, full length in 2017, full length in 2019, and they released an EP in 2021, which is where I came on board. That was Antioch 5. Killer EP, would have easily made my top 10, top 5 if it wasn't an EP. And then last year they released Antioch 6 Molten Rainbow, which was a killer album. I think I had it ranked at number 2 in my albums of the year, bested only by Dark Fighter from Rival Sons. So anyway, aside from 2014, 2015, when they released an EP and a full-length album, they have been pretty steady with releasing new material every 2 years. So we got that full-length album last year, so I really wasn't expecting anything from them. And then they released this EP, 4-song EP, Halfway to Eternity, back in March. I got a little promo code here. They send, every time I order something from them, they send me another Antioch sticker, and they send me a promo code for there. So first come, first serve. Whoever wants to grab that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I get another release from them. So I thought we were doing good. Like I said, since they hadn't released back-to-back material since 2014, 2015. And then like a month ago, they released this single. It's called Onward with Obliteration. That's the name of the song. There's another new song on here. And then there's a re-recorded version of Phantom of the Sky, which is from their self-titled debut. So when this came out, I did not buy it, because I really don't buy cassettes. I think I've bought one cassette, maybe 2 cassettes, in like the last 30 years. And they said that this was a single. And like I said, I had the original version of Phantom of the Sky. I don't think I knew that this album was coming out though. So, but anyway, like I said, this was only available on cassette, so I did not order it. Then Antioch 7 comes out, Gates of Obliteration. I have to keep looking because the album is called Gates of Obliteration and the song is called Onward with Obliteration. So this came out, and I was like, well, of course I got to get that. And they had the combo pack, so of course I got suckered in, and I bought it. I still haven't unwrapped this one. I don't know if I will or not. And this one came with another sticker and another promo code. So if somebody wants to grab that one too. That looks like a promo code for the single. But it did come with this CD. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, These guys are just a straight up heavy metal band out of Canada. They dabble in doom, they dabble in power metal, they dabble in straight up heavy metal. They like to blend it all together and come up with their own sound. They get compared a lot to Judas Priest. They do have some Judas Priest in their sound. That I think they're mainly compared with Judas Priest because the singer likes to sing in a falsetto. It is very similar. When he does sing in the falsetto, the high falsetto, he sounds very similar to Rob Halford, a la Painkiller, or Rob Halford from the Halford Band, which Halford was always singing in that higher register. Except this guy here, his name is Nick Allaire, I believe. Yes, Nick Allaire. Well, I don't know if that's how you say it or not, but that's the best I could do with it. Nick Allaire in the center there. He sounds like Rob Halford doing Painkiller, gargling on broken glass. And there's the two brothers on the end. Brendan Rhyno on drums and Jordan Rhyno on guitar. It doesn't say that he plays bass, but he does also play bass on here. I don't think they had a full-time bass player on the last album either. They used to be a four-piece. I guess they just haven't gotten around to replacing them. I don't know how much touring they're doing. Anyway, this has just got some little lyrics there. There's a little band photo in the back too. There's your CD right there. You got another little photo-esque type thing right there. So this album's 8 songs, 43 minutes. Nice number of songs, nice number of minutes. It starts off with Frozen Highway. It almost has a Rush type synthesizer intro, which is very unique for them. It says in the liner notes that it is not a synthesizer, but it is a guitar. So I'm assuming it's a synthesizer guitar. But it's got that Rush type synthesizer intro before it kicking into a Judas Priest groove. The second song, Legend of Tudum, I believe that's how you say it. It almost starts off with the typo negative type guitar intro. Think Redwater, Christmas Morning. It's very similar to that. Before it just rips into high gear and he gets into his falsetto. I said like Rob Halford gargling on broken glass, singing Painkiller. It's more similar to like Rob Halford, Painkiller, and Danny Filth when he sings in his high register. Not quite as piercing as Danny Filth, but it gets up there. It's a unique vocal delivery, but it really works with their music. Tired of Fire is the next one. It's got a really Judas Priest, Scorpions type groove to it. You finally get some little backing vocals in this one. Backing vocals for them, which is whoa. But that's pretty much the extent of their backing vocals anyway. It's pretty mid-paced. I believe that one was released as a single, but I'm not sure. Not 100% sure on that one. Then you got Onward with Obliteration. It's very Riot-esque, road racing, fast-paced. He's singing in his falsetto again. All Gods, All Masters is next. It starts off almost funeral doom. Now he does, like I said, he does that high falsetto, really gravelly. He also can go really low. He does have a regular singing voice, but he fluctuates between the three. The high falsetto, gravelly falsetto, his regular voice, and then a really low, gravelly, doomy type voice. it starts off real, almost funeral doomy, not quite that slow, but very reminiscent before it picks up pace halfway through. Understand is probably my favorite song. That one's next. It's typical Antioch song. It's got the really catchy groove, the really catchy chorus, and he's doing his piercing falsetto. That's a good word for it, piercing. Point of Entry is the next tune. This one, you finally get some noticeable bass line in here, and it's got a really groovy bass line. It's almost got a swing to it. I think it's probably the most accessible song on it. I think it's fairly radio friendly. I mean, as radio friendly as Antioch's gonna get. It's got a real 80s feel to it. And then the last song is called In the Throes of Arcane Lust. In the Throes of Arcane Lust. It almost has like a Iron Maiden Strange World guitar intro before then it switches into a real doomy, crunchy riff, and then it switches into a typical Judas Priest type riff. And then he's alternating between his regular singing voice and the high falsetto, and before it closes out with a gang chant. So they're all over the place on that last song. Is a 7-minute closer. The guitar on this album is killer. I could have talked about the guitar on every single song. I just didn't want to keep repeating myself, going killer guitar solo, killer riff, because this album's loaded with them. The drumming is off the charts. The guy, I could have repeated myself on every song on that one too. He can play a nice groove. He can play 100 miles an hour. He got drum fills all over the place. So is this one as good as last year's Molten Rainbow? I don't think it is. But that was like a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give Gates, I still can never get the title right, Gates of Obliteration, 8.5 out of 10. So that's really still really strong. It's a great album. There's some tough contenders this year, so I don't know if it's going to creep up to number 2 this year. But I'd be shocked if it wasn't in the top 10 for sure. So you guys go check it out. Antioch VII, Gates of Obliteration, out of Canada. You guys have a good one.